I cut some slots with a plasma cutter in front of the driver's side, and then over here in front, you can see it's hole in front of the passenger side. And then I'm making some defrosters, and I'm making some ductwork, mocking it up out of some cardboard and taping it together. And then this will come up through here like that. All right. So the dashboard fits over here, and the windshield frame comes up to here, and then I'll just make it match in there. Now once I make this out of sheet metal, it's kind of crooked here, but you get the idea. I'm going to weld a piece of tubing right here with a hole on the tubing, so I can put a hose on the end of the tubing, and the hot air will go into the tubing through the hole into here and then up here, which will make it rise up here against the windshield. Now the windshield's kind of on an angle, so I don't need much deflection this way to get it to blow onto the windshield. I may put a few deflectors this way and that way to get it to spread over the windshield area. But that's what I'm working on right now. I'm just trying to get that. That'll slip up from underneath, and like I say, there'll be a piece of tubing here. The end of the tubing will be plugged up. There'll be a hole in the tubing will be along here, the opening of the ductwork. Hot air comes in, goes into there, comes up here, hits the windshield. And that's what I'm working on now. Alright, I got the pieces traced out. They're marked with chalk or soapstone, so when I cut it with a plasma cutter, it won't. You know, if you don't use soapstone or chalk, the heat will make the line disappear if you use like a marker or something. So I'm just going to cut this out. I got to cut out 2 of these, and there's the other 2. That was the front piece here that folded in the front of that. So there's one there, and I got to trace another one of these over there. You know, but I'm going to cut these out right now. Okay. All right. Here's the sheet metal equivalent of that little box that I made out of cardboard, and that's going to fit. It's going to fit just kind of like that in there, and this area here can be, you know, filled back in. Once I get the dashboard here and the windshield frame here, and piecing it together, I'll be able to make the opening through both of them. As they both come together, I'll leave an opening that'll match this, and then I'll have my defrost. And now when let me hold this here and get underneath here. I don't know if you can really see it though. It basically looks like that underneath the dash, and then this is where, like I say, I'm going to have the piece of tubing welded right onto that, and that will have a hose, and that'll go to the heater, so that this here will just slides up into that. So that's one of them made. Now I just got to make the other one. Here's the piece that I cut out the plasma cutter, and that makes basically these two pieces here make that. Okay. So what I do is I fold this side this way, and this cut a line here. I crease it with a wheel cutter, not all the way through, a third of the way through, so it'll fold. Stick it in the vise, and then bang this over with a hammer. Crease right here, same way, a third of the way through, put it in the vise, bend it till it's 90 degrees. And do the same thing with here. It's basically a straight line up through here, right through here. So I crease right there, and I crease right there, right, a straight line right down, and then stick it in the vise, and then bend each one like that. And then from this point to here I crease it, and that becomes this bend here. So it'll be like that. See, now this one bends up this way, this one bends up this way, and it becomes this side and this side. That's what these two tabs are. And these two tabs are this side and this side, because you just bend them up, and then you bend this one this way, and then where they meet, you weld them. And then I take this piece, okay, and this distance in, you go in and you crease it, stick it in the vise, bend it until it matches that angle, and then just weld along the side, and then just clean it up with the flap wheel. Grind it and clean it right up, and that's it. This here, this is going to be trimmed off, you know, when the tubing is on there, and the tubing is sitting on there like that. This little edge here will be trimmed. Cake, nothing to it. All right.